What's up? This is The Real Deal again with another video. First I want to give a shout out to Black Said What. It's one of my subscribers put a comment on there and he pulled my coat on something. The other day, Senator Chuck Schumer, Democrat of New York, he gave a press conference, and behind him was some Syrian refugees or whatever I think it was. And the man broke down in tears, pleading with the president, this is not the America that I know. America is bigger than this. They killed me with that narrative. But this brings me to the title of this video: Renegotiating Our Position with Other Races. Obviously, in the last 50 years, our relationship with other races has went down the tubes. We've marched with every race on all of their issues. And when they get what they want, they leave the black community hanging. They leave the black community hanging. You know, black people want to march and protest on everybody's issues except our own. We don't want to address the HIV positive epidemic in our communities. We don't want to address children having children, that epidemic. We don't want to address all of these young dudes that's sexually confused. We don't want to address that. We don't want to address the psychological damage of slavery and immigration. We don't want to address that, but we want to address gay issues. We want to address this refugee crisis. We want to address everything but what's going on in the black community. The black community is in disrepair right now. And it needs to be dealt with. You cannot love everybody. You cannot love everybody. You can't. Because how can you love someone that don't love you? You might see a few faces that sprinkle during when somebody get killed by the police. You see a few white faces. But what about the masses? Like that women's march that made national headlines globally. Or this so-called refugee crisis that's getting national attention. Where was all the nationalities while we falling and getting locked up or dying from the hands of the police? Silent. All they care about is your money. That's why you got all of these immigrants knocking each other down trying to get to America so they can get into the black neighborhood and make money to send their kids to college. That's all that we've been doing, is sending other people's children to college. The gas stations, the beauty supply stores, the nail shop, the phone shops, these restaurants. Because as soon as we get some money, the first thing black people do is spend it. Spending it on bullshit that they don't even need. And half of the shit that those immigrants are selling is knockoffs anyway. But there we is, when we get paid on the first of the month, running down there to the Arabs or running down there to them Hindus, spending your money with them. Meanwhile, our kids is dying. They killing each other. They don't know how to look for no job. They don't respect the elders. Our community don't get married anymore. But we can lock arms with these other races. That's why renegotiating our relationship with them means basically what I always say. It's just one word: separate. You can do business with them. No one is saying you can't do business. You have no choice because they here in our community sucking the life out of it. But first, what we have to do with the black community, especially with the men, is get your mind right and get your spirit right. Once those two is in sync, you will be able to see. The blinders will come off, baby. The blinders will come off. Because at this point in the black community, you cannot tell our own people nothing about all lives matter. I'm not saying all lives don't matter. Of course all lives matter. But it's about, as far as I'm concerned, it's black first. Our lives matter first to us. Not to these white folks, not to these other nationalities, Mexicans and all of that. Black first means you are black first and your people come first. We got a lot of work. We have a lot of work to do. But as long as we keep aligning ourselves, with the other racist issues, we steadily weakening our own community. We weakening our own community. You can't get a brother away from the TV or a sister away from the TV to go down to a community conference that's pertaining to the city or the school budget. You don't even see nobody there. But then when they start cutting funds, now you want to complain. But we really have to, state what our position is with these other races. We already know what our position is with white America, because we've been living side by side with them for 500 years. But this new wave of immigrants that's coming in, there's from all four corners of the world. These people don't even have no idea about the history of America. They don't teach it in the overseas. But I tell you what they do pick up on as soon as they get here is that the black community is at the bottom of the totem pole. That's why they don't respect you. Because as long as you keep, it's everybody, I love everybody, you keep finding out the hard way that they don't love you back. These other nationalities does not love black people. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of black folks they have woken up to the fact that that Democratic Party, especially that stunt that Senator Chuck Schumer pulled the other day with those Syrian refugees, that was the icing on the cake right there, man. Fuck them Democrats. You dig what I'm saying? And it is what it is. We have no friends. All we have is each other. All we have is each other. And black economic power, the black economy, that's what we must focus on in our local politics. The local politics. A lot of things can change at the local level. But we all have to collectively play a part of the entire movement. Not the whole movement, which is with white folks, that's playing a part of the whole movement. That's too many movements. Shoot, that's too much marching. My feet hurt. I don't know about yours. So, that's just something to think about. We got, America is falling apart. These immigrants that thought they were citizens, now you refugees at an airport now. And all you had to do, we never was your enemy, but you treated us that way because you siding with the enemy. And you can't serve two masters. You can't serve two masters. And if you like this video, subscribe. And I'm your man, the real deal. GI, baby.